think Fizz is about our struggle to get comfortable with the world we're born into. As babies, we're all born, frankly, into a big complex world which we know nothing about. So we start to explore our crib and our home and later the neighbourhood, and as teens we might develop a desire to travel. But I think, that for many people, the desire to explore our physical environment more or less ends there. But Fizz is one of those people who has an unbounded need to understand the physical universe that we all call our home. She needs to know what's inside the materials we're made of. When she looks up, at a white dot in the night sky, she needs to know what it is and how our eye can see it and where it all came from. So I really see Fizz as an explorer, but she's less interested in poking around the Antarctica or the Gobi Desert. She wants to explore the entire universe, at least to comprehend it in her mind. And she'll never really be comfortable in her physical environment until she achieves that. Of course, our universe has many layers of complexity, so maybe she never will be comfortable. So, on one level, Fizz goes time travelling because she's turning 18 and she wants to get an outside perspective on the closed society which she grew up in, to try to figure out who she is and what life she chooses to lead. But then again, at a deeper level, perhaps Fizz is actually seeking the companionship of other people who share her own acute desire to understand our universe. And maybe that's why Fizz is driven to seek out the company of the likes of Aristotle, Galileo Galilei, Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein. And I think Fizz, as she meets them, is amazed to discover the contrasting personalities of these people and the radically different approaches that they took to deciphering the universe. For example, Aristotle just sat in a room and decided what kind of universe is philosophically appealing to him. Then Galileo, in many ways, invented the idea of getting his hands dirty and creating experiments to put the theories to the test and see what's true and what isn't. By the time Fizz meets Albert Einstein, he's back in a room sipping coffee and philosophizing about the world. Although, of course, Einstein, unlike Aristotle, certainly used the rigour of mathematics to guide his thinking and test truth from false. I would say that Fizz develops a special affinity to Galileo Galilei, probably because he, too, is fighting against the closed society that he lived in. Fizz can see that Galileo literally risks his life for science, and at some level, I think that this helps Fizz to start to get her own problems into perspective. And that's something we all struggle with, trying to take our problems and put them into perspective. One of the things that I find refreshing about Fizz is that while many of the people who grow up nowadays have the assumption that technology is good, she was educated that technology is pure evil. So as she meets scientists, and especially when she meets Thomas Edison and sees all the science that she's picked up now being transformed into technology, she's not only learning, but Fizz is also judging. So for me too, Fizz helps me to take a step back and say, I love technology, but is it really good for us? And yeah, I do realise the irony that I'm addressing people around the world through a webcam and across the internet as I say this. So as I was writing Fizz, I always tried to feel that I was travelling along with her, learning with her, sharing in her emotions and her dialogue with the physicists. And Fizz really helped me to see these great physicists, which I learnt about back at school, not as legends, but as real people who struggled to unravel our home, the physical universe. So I certainly hope my readers can share in that experience too. I very much look forward to all your feedback on the Facebook page, tweets, or on the Amazon page, and I'll aim to read and respond to each one. Thanks.